example is Dhruva. So today we were discussing about three personalities, Karna, Dhruva and Prahlad. So first is Karna, fully emotional, because he was fully emotional, his decisions were fully emotional, and he did many mistakes. Second is Dhruva. He was just a Bala, young boy, and he had a very simple desire to go and sit on his father's lap. And his father had two wives, Suniti and Suruchi. Niti means morality, Ruchi means taste. So two wives, Suniti and Suruchi. First wife living by principle and the second wife living by taste. She will do whatever she likes by her wishes and whims. So she is Suruchi. The first one is Suniti, always living by moral, principle, dharma. Who are we? Are we Sunitis or Suruchis? Most of the time we are Suruchis only. We live by our own wishes, whims and taste. So, Uttanapada Maharaja had two wives. And this boy, young boy, he had a very simple desire. He wanted to go and sit on his father's lap. And the stepmother, Suruchi, she spoke such a heavy statement to the small boy, which she shouldn't have spoken. Such a painful word she said. She said, Dhruva, if you want to sit on that lap, you should have taken birth in my womb. You are unlucky. This is not a statement to be spoken to such a small boy. That was such a heavy statement Suruchi spoke, and this boy was emotionally hurt. Imagine you slip when you come for satsang. You walk inside the hall. You trip and fall down. You get hurt. Another day, you trip and slipped and fell inside a bathroom. And somebody comes and knocks the door and said, Prabhuji, Mataji, what happened? And you say, no, nothing. Which fall will hurt you more? The fall inside the washroom or the slip in front of 30 devotees in the hall? Which will hurt us more? When we slipped and fell in front of 30 devotees, that will hurt us more. So, many of the times it is not the pain from the body, it is the pain created by ego. The pain created by ego is very severe than the pain created by the body. So when Dhruva was insulted in front of, in the assembly where servants and servant maids are watching, ministers were watching, and people were all standing, and Dhruva was helpless. He felt so bad. My dad couldn't protect me. My father did not support me. And people are, he started crying. He's getting angry. He was upset. He was helpless, hopeless. And he ran. And he told his mother, I want to become a bigger man than my father. I want to be a bigger king than my father. I want to be a bigger person than even Brahma. Dhruva was very emotional. Very emotional. And mother did not know what to do. This boy, Kshatriya boy, is boiling. He's raging out of anger, screaming, yelling, crying. She didn't know how to manage him. So immediately his mother said, go to jungle, only Narayana can help you. Only God can help you, go to jungle. Then he walked. Such a small boy, so determined, he went to jungle. Then Narada on the way, Narad Muni came and said, no, my dear boy, don't go to jungle. Wild animals are there, heavy rains will be there, scorching sun, you will be killed. And, the boy said, can you advise me where I can meet Narayana? If not, please leave my way. The word Dhruva means unflinching, fixed. Nothing can waver them. The word Dhruva. Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityur dhruvam janma mritasya cha. Dhruva means so staunch, so fixed, so determined. So this boy, he went. And in the jungle, first he stopped eating grains. Then after some time, he stopped eating vegetables and fruits. Then he stopped even drinking water. Then finally he stopped even breathing. Then he was seeing the beautiful form in his heart, witnessing beautiful pinkish lotus and the Supreme Lord standing on the lotus with the Shankha Chakra, Gada, Padma, the flower, lotus, Gada and everything in the hand, and beautiful pinkish lotus petaled eyes extended up to the ears and curly hairs up to the shoulder. He was witnessing the beautiful form in his heart, and suddenly the form disappeared. And Dhruva, out of disappointment, he opened his eyes and he saw that beautiful Lord right standing in front of him. Amazing eyes, pinkish lotus petaled eyes extended up to the ears and neck like a conch shell. And Dhruva was mesmerized, captivated, attracted. And Dhruva said a beautiful thing, "My Lord, I was searching for pebbles on the seashore, forgetting a mighty ocean on my back. I forgot about you, asking for kingdom, power and this and that. I don't want kingdom. I don't want to become anything greater. I don't want to become like my father. I don't want to become like Brahma. I don't want nothing. Simply, I want to remember your lotus feet again and again and again." That was a spiritual decision. Initially, Dhruva took emotional decision. He made an emotional decision. Then he took spiritual decision. Then he went back. When Dhruva came back, his father saw Dhruva. The citizens saw Dhruva, the small boy, just a few months away from palace, and he came back to palace. He was glowing. He was radiant, brilliant. And they could see this man has achieved, this boy has achieved something very high in spirituality. He has mastered his mind. He has controlled his emotions. He has controlled his senses. He can be the right ruler. At the young age, that small boy, when he came back, they made him the emperor. And he ruled. It was so spiritual. Then one day, suddenly he got the news. His younger brother was killed by a Gandharva. The moment Dhruva, this is the chapter which we are studying in Bhagavatam now. I think you are all going through that chapter, 4th canto, where Brahmaji is advising Dhruva. So suddenly one day Dhruva got this message. His younger brother was killed by a Gandharva. Immediately Dhruva said, "I will kill all the Gandharvas from this planet. I will wipe the race of Gandharvas. There will not be a single Gandharva or Vidyadhara left out." He waged a war against Gandharvas and started killing all the Gandharvas. There was a river of blood flowing. You see, again Dhruva became emotional. Then Brahmaji came and said, "Dhruva, you are such a wonderful devotee. You are very intelligent. You know what difference between body and soul so nicely. You can control your senses. How can you be emotional? How can you make this decision?" And when Brahma advised, Dhruva again stopped the war. So in Dhruva's case, you see, he becomes emotional. Then some right advice, he becomes spiritual. Then he becomes emotional. Then he gets, when the proper guru comes, then he becomes spiritual. In Karna's case, he was fully emotional. Even when Krishna came and advised, Karna did not listen. But in Dhruva's case, sometimes he is emotional, sometimes he is spiritual. When the right advice, right association, right guru, right message he gets, he becomes spiritual. And